So a lot of our clients, they start using supplements, you know, and they get to know how to use the supplements, and then they start going into roof estimates, right? And roof estimates are different because it's more on the front end, right? So you got the front end, which is an estimate, and then the back end, which is more of a supplement. But some guys do their supplements on the front end depending on how much money they have, you know. Um, so here's the thing. If you are doing roof estimates, and let's say you go to a homeowner's house and they're like, give me an estimate. And you're like, okay, you can go through xactimate and we can build you out a roof estimate. All we need is a sky measure or a roof order or eagle view, and then pictures if needed, you know. And then we can build you out an xactimate estimate. And I can do one complimentary just to show you how it ends up looking, you know. And then you can start doing that for your customers, you know, if need be. So many homeowners, this is what they say. They get the insurance quote, the insurance paperwork, and then they're like, the homeowner's like, give me a quote, you know. And you're like, give me the paperwork. And they're like, give me a quote, you know. So if you say to them, there's stuff that's on there that's missing, you know, and what we do is we do supplements for that. And then you explain what supplements are. And you actually try to sell. You don't just crumble, you know. You don't just, oh, well, okay, I guess I'll give you, and then you have to say, listen, if we do it for the insurance proceeds, then I can get you upgrades. I can get you everything that should be, you know. So the insurance company is either going to win or lose by you doing it for insurance proceeds. They're going to lose some money, or they're going to have to pay more. Either way you want to look at it. And then if you do a quote, then you're going to either lose money, or you're going to pretty much commit some weirdness, right? So it goes either way. So the sell is, so do you want to do this the right way or the wrong way? What do you do for work? I'm a school teacher. Let's do this the right way. You know, let's just do it the right way. And that way we're not racing to the bottom like Walmart. We're racing to the top like Whole Foods. You know, you can get a Whole Foods roof or you can get a Walmart roof. Which one do you want? You know, a lot of people don't like going to Walmart because it's so cheap that they're skimping out on certain things that should be nice that aren't nice, you know, for their workers. And like the thing about roofing is you don't want to have a race to the bottom. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, so I'm just going to say it. Race to the bottom is what we're not really looking for in the roofing industry. But every single time a homeowner says, give me a quote, that's racing to the bottom. So you say, okay, you're going to get all these quotes, but are you just going to keep the rest of the money? Well, how are you going to get the RCV money without sending them the certificate of completion with the wrong, I don't, it doesn't really make sense what you're doing, you know? Why don't I just give you some upgrades and then we do it for the insurance cost, and then you pay your deductible like normal, and then they'll say, okay, cool. Okay, and then you can say, listen, I'll give you a quote, a real quote, and then we'll look at the insurance paperwork, and then we'll look at, and then my quote will end up being more because I'm going to have supplements already built in. Does that make sense? That's how you can do it, okay? Or you can use Joist, and I've got a YouTube video that explains Joist, and Joist is like super cool, you know, like it's set up so you can have like a flat whatever you're going to be building out, you know. So if you look up on Joist, if you look up American Roof Supplements Joist, or you click the link, I'll put it in the description, and watch that, and it teaches you how to use Joist, which is a free app that makes it so you can build out estimates, right? But here's the thing about those estimates is it's messed up because you're still racing to the bottom. Here you go. let's say you're doing a roof for $245 a square in Atlanta, right? But the homeowner got a scope, and the scope says that they're willing to pay $315 a square, right? So you're gonna cut yourself off. You might still be able to make a little bit of profit, but it's not near as good as having the real conversation and being like, here's the thing. You're going to get the warranty. You're going to get expertise. You're going to get the upgraded shingles. You're going to get the ridge vents. You're going to get all these upgrades. And because you're doing that, I'm going to do supplements on the back end, and I'm going to make it so it's not $245 a square. I'm going to make it so it's, what it actually should be. Does that make sense? So you can do it either which way. There's so many roof guys out there that they just have a crappy sheet of paper and they just write it all out real fast. Now here's the thing: if you do that, so crappy, right? So weak. And then you can go to joist, and then you can have it written out, line items, what all, how it actually is, the warranty built in, all typed out, super nice. But once you type it out once, it's saved and it looks amazing. It's completely and totally different. That's a whole nother step. And then if you can sell, if you're adequate at your job at selling and explaining how things work, then you can do an xactimate estimate, completely and totally different. And then you got the line on, and then you show them where the insurance company skimped on line items, and you say, listen, you're allowing the insurance company to beat you. Like, it's crazy for them to allow, like, it's crazy for you to allow them to treat you that way. Why don't I give you class 4? Why don't I give you 50-year shingles? Why don't I give you really nice shingles and architectural and ice and water shield and drip edge, and I'll give you the whole system from X company, whatever the I don't want to say the names, I don't want to say the names of the shingle companies, but there's some big ones, and then they have a full system that you need to use to be able to maximize, like their particular synthetic felt, their particular shingles, like make the system, so sell the system. Instead of just, roof estimates. There's 3 different ways, Or you can just pull out a sheet of paper and just say, I'll do it for this, without line items, without anything. It just looks so bad, But here's the thing: try it a couple times, Say to the homeowner, listen, I'm going to build you out an estimate, but the estimate's going to be more than what that scope says, what that insurance paperwork says. And then I'm going to do supplements on the back end. But because I'm doing that, I'm going to give you some upgrades. And then teach them about the upgrades. And then teach them about, the warranties and stuff like that. And then say, listen, the reason why we do it like this is because this is what the insurance companies actually want us to do, because we're professionals. Not just put stuff together and just, erase to the bottom. That's the thing. It's crazy. It's completely and totally different. Do one estimate for free. I got estimates for $100, flat rate. Just bang them out. I've got some guys that. Here's another thing. A lot of the insurance companies will say, just do the estimate and then send it in, and then I'll go ahead and approve it. Right? That happens often. So if you have insurance companies say, hey, just write out the estimate. If you use xactimate for that estimate and they might come back and they might say, listen, take off line item 15, 16, and then I'll approve it. And then you call us and you're like, hey, take off 15 and 16, we'll send it back to you. It's a flat rate of $100, and that way you've got that, It's so much more professional to have someone that can actually write real estimates for you. And then on the other end, there's the joist app. And the joist app is amazing because it's situated. Like, what you can do is you can watch that video and then you can steal the information. You know, you can pause it, you can take the information, and then once you take that information, then you'll have it in your Joist forever. You can put your logo, you can put your address, you can put your phone number, and then once you send it off and you email it to them, it'll email you when they open it up. So nice, so nice. So that's 3 different ways of doing roof estimates. Y'all have a great one. Thank you so much for checking me out. Hopefully that makes sense. And here's the thing, guys. A lot of you sales guys are only doing it one-dimensionally. You know, you're only doing it the way that your boss says. But if you try something new and then you win, and then you can show your boss something cool and new, that will make them look at you different. You know, you might be getting 40% commission. You might be able to get 45 or 50 if you start killing it and you start teaching them some stuff, you know. And so I got that training course, you know, go through that training course on my website. Click the link in the description and go through that and watch the freaking video on Joist, you know. Here, I know I sell xactimate roof estimates. I sell that. But Joist is outstanding too. So you can pick your point. If they're like, listen, I just want the cheapest thing that I can possibly get, build that thing out with Joist. Build it out with Joist, you know. And then you can put in the amount per square that you need to be at, you know. And then it'll just generate it. And then when you're exporting it, then take away the amount, you know. So you can hit the little buttons and it'll take away. It'll make more sense when you watch the video. Click the link in the description. We'll talk to you later.